Physics of Material Science. Chapter 1, Material Science. In this chapter we discuss the basics of material science. Material science is an emerging and fast growing multidisciplinary field. It is the combined study of physics, chemistry and biology. It was engineering subject. Now modern days we require sophisticated techniques. The sophisticated techniques in areas like aerospace, electronic and communication, computers, they require smart materials, especially in the nano range. Every material available are useful, but we have to know their properties before using them. The selection of right material for suitable use is very essential. In order to use the material, the knowledge of its structure and its properties should be known. For that, the classification of material is essential. Now in that materials we get polymers. Polymers, these definitions are useful for 1 mark questions. Polymers is a kind of material which are formed by long chain organic molecules which are deformable at higher temperature but becomes hard on cooling. In that we have two types of polymers: thermoplastic polymer material. This definition will also ask for 1 mark question in the exam. Thermoplastic polymer material retains their structure even after multiple softening. On heating, the polymers become softened. They retain their structure on heating and cooling. Example for this type of materials are polyethylene, polyvinyl chloride. The other type of polymer is thermoset polymer. Thermoset polymer materials are one which are not remelted and reshaped once they have set and hardened. Example polyurethane, epoxies. Next comes ceramic materials. Ceramic materials are inorganic and non-metallic solids. In general, they are hard, brittle and resistant to creep. We come to creep in a later stage of our video. I will discuss that there. Some ceramics are good electrical and thermal insulators. Example glass, clay and stone. Next comes composite material. Composite materials are combination of two or more materials which have different properties from constituent materials. When we want other properties in one material, we go for the combination. For example, GRP, glass reinforced plastic, is an artificial material which has the property of glass fiber and plastic. It has hard and also it possesses the transparent property. So we got the transparent property of glass in this plastic, and that is known as ZRP. Now in the smart world we often use smartphones or smart instruments. For that we require smart material. Smart materials are designed materials that have one or more properties that can significantly change in a controlled fashion by external stimuli such as stress, temperature, light, pH and etc. For any change in temperature or light or pH, they respond. Such type of materials are called smart materials. And in this chapter even we are discussing the crystal structure of solids. For that, solids are the basis of On their basis, structural basis, we are of two types. We are discussing. One is amorphous and another one is crystalline. In amorphous solids, the atoms or molecules are arranged randomly. They don't possess regular structure and they don't have any directional property. Example, sugar. In crystalline solids, atoms are arranged in regular manner. The atomic array is periodic. They have directional property and isotropic. The physical property changes with the direction. For example, in quartz, when you change the direction of the light ray, the velocity of light ray changes. Okay, such property is called anisotropic properties. A crystal structure is obtained by arranging the bases in each and every lattice point. A lattice is a regular periodic arrangement of points in 3 dimensions. A basis is the basic arrangement which is to be fixed at each and every lattice point to get crystal structure. For that we say crystal structure is equal to lattice plus base. So for every basis should be put at different lattice point to get the crystal structure. This crystal structure we are studying in solid state physics in detail. In material science, just we are giving a passing ball. Now we got the classification of materials. This is very important. It may come for 5 marks in your exam. We are classifying the materials depending upon their properties. In the first this thing we got material class, and that if you have a subsection that is also shown, then we have given the examples. First class is metals. In metals we got 2 types. Ferrous, that is magnetic. If it consists of iron atoms, that comes under ferrous. Example, iron, steel, they are magnetic. They are attracted by the magnet. Non-ferrous metals are copper, zinc, they are not attracted by the magnets. Second class of materials is polymers. In that we got thermoplastic and thermostat. Earlier we defined what is thermoplastic material and what is thermostat material. Here I will give example: polystyrene, nylon for thermoplastic, and for thermostat polyurethane and phenolics. At least we expect a student to write one example for each class. The third class of material is ceramic. As I said earlier, they are inorganic and non-metallic solids. Examples: stones, clay. Next class of material is composites, where we are combination of 2 or more materials is called composite. Examples are GRP, glass reinforced fiber, and plywood. And next class of material is nanomaterial. Nanomaterials have got very small structure materials. If the structure goes of nanometer size, then that material which consists nanoparticle is called nanomaterial. Example, alloys, metals. Non-linear materials: ammonium dihydrogen phosphate, potassium dihydrogen phosphate. Next is biomaterials. They are suitable in living organism. So whenever we are inserting some materials in the living body, they should adjust to that living environment condition of the body, living body. Such type materials are biomaterials. For example, stunt we put in the human body. It should accustom or it should adjust in the body of the human, in the living human body. So such materials are biomaterials. For example, bioactive glass, polymethyl methacrylate. Next, we got engineering requirements of properties. So whenever an engineer wants to use that material, first he looks the following properties in that material. The first property is mechanical property. In that he looks for tensile strength, hardness, ductility, impact strength. He looks in the thermal properties of the material, the thermal conductivity, thermal expansion, specific heat. Whether it is a good conductivity material or it is good expanding material, that he is interested. So this is also an important topic in this important topic for the exam point of view. The third property he looks in the material is magnetic properties, permeability, cohesivity and retentivity of the material. Next he looks electrical properties, the resistivity of the material, dielectric constant of the material. When he comes the chemical properties of the material, he looks the chemical composition of the material, atomic or molecular weight of the material. When he looks the optical property, he is interested in the refractive index, band gap, absorption coefficient of that material for light. Next, material structure. When he looks in the material structure, he is interested in the atomic arrangement, type of the bond in the material.